For many people, remaining connected is a part of modern day living, and many cruise lines today offer relatively inexpensive and high-speed internet connections. In this video, I'll cover everything that I think you need to know, and also help make sure that you avoid any hefty surprise charges by accidentally using your phone on a cruise. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy. I produce cruise-related content every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. Smartphones offer two main connection types. The first is a cellular connection that sees your phone connect to your mobile service provider's large-scale nationwide network, and that's used for phone calls and internet services. The second is a Wi-Fi connection, which is where your phone connects to a small, localized wireless network that provides internet services. At home, you more than likely use both of these, your service provider's connection for phone calls and then your home Wi-Fi connection for internet. These two distinct points of connection carry over when you travel, even on a cruise ship. Once your ship has sailed off into the open sea, your mobile network provider will no longer be accessible to your phone. For years though, cruise ships have offered a satellite connection that broadcasts a cell or mobile network on the ship. If you've cruised before, you've probably already seen this, where you would usually find your regular service provider's company name. On a cruise ship that is equipped with the technology, you'll often see the name Cellular at sea. If your phone has roaming enabled and connects to that network, it will behave no differently to the way it does on land. It will give you the ability to make and receive calls as well as use the internet, but all of that could come at a cost of hundreds of dollars per day if you don't have the right settings in place. You'll also have the option of connecting to a ship's Wi-Fi network. This localized wireless network will allow you to use a cruise line's app for intranet or internal purposes, things like checking the daily schedule or making dining reservations. It will also allow you to access external internet sites, usually for a fee. Mobile or cell phone roaming allows you to use your phone and existing phone number across any number of countries where your existing service provider has an agreement with another carrier. It's a terrific feature that makes it easy to travel from one place to the next without having to make any changes to your device. Although in recent years this has become a lot more affordable for land-based travel, the same cannot be said for cruise ship travel. If you have enabled phone roaming with your service provider, your phone may automatically connect to the Cellular at Sea service. That means that people can call you and you can call them as you do on land. You can also text and even use the internet, but you'll be subject to some of the highest roaming charges, and for the majority of users, this will be at an additional expense that you will be billed for through your normal service provider. If you're traveling to multiple countries and a cruise is only one component of that, roaming can be a very convenient way to remain connected, but it is important that you have a handle on your phone's network settings and configuration, and we'll cover some of that shortly. As I mentioned earlier, cruise ships also offer a Wi-Fi connection point. This usually comes with a companion app that allows you to do things like review the daily planner, check restaurant menus, make dining reservations, and more. Some even go as far as offering a chat facility so you can contact other passengers that are on board with you. None of these features rely on accessing the external internet, so you can do these things at no additional cost while connected to the ship's Wi-Fi. To access external apps and websites, you'll be required to purchase internet access at an additional cost. Some cruise lines like Princess Cruises even bundle internet with certain fares, and if you're a member of a loyalty program or staying in a suite, you might even get internet for free. Either way, the ship's Wi-Fi is how you'll gain access to the internet. The vast majority of modern communications occur via the internet and don't require a traditional cellular connection. Think apps or social platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Skype. You can use these apps and many others while connected to the ship's Wi-Fi, provided you've also purchased or have access to the internet. Some cruise line internet packages will let you connect more than one device at a time, but even others that only allow you to connect one device at a time can still be used on different devices. You'll just need to log one device off the internet before you connect another, but it does mean that you can transfer your service from your phone to your laptop or tablet as needed. While the speed of internet at sea still has a way to go, most cruise lines these days have turned to SpaceX's Starlink internet service. As this continues to improve, it should provide faster internet that's even capable of streaming your favorite TV shows. On my most recent cruises, I've not really had many problems staying connected, especially doing basic things like checking emails or sending messages on social media. But even with cruise line self-professed high-speed internet, uploading photos and streaming video can still be quite problematic. On board, Wi-Fi access is pretty much available everywhere, including cabins, although you may have better success in public spaces when it comes to high bandwidth video and photo activities. Plus, you'll tend to notice an increase in speed overnight when the demand isn't as high. The ship's Wi-Fi offers the best option to connect to the internet that has no reliance on your phone's mobile network. This is what you should be using on a ship if you need to remain connected. It's safe to say that most people are either using an iPhone or an Android-based phone. But in either case, you'll want to familiarize yourself with your phone's network settings and learn how to access and change them on the fly. The most important setting to know, especially if you have mobile phone roaming switched on with your service provider, is airplane mode. Switching on airplane mode disables your phone's ability to access or connect to a cellular network and guarantees that you will avoid any potential roaming charges from using your phone on board a ship. It also means that anyone calling your mobile or cell number won't be able to reach you, so it's best to let people know how else they can contact you while you're traveling. Once airplane mode is on, make sure that your phone's Wi-Fi connection is also switched on, and that's how you'll be able to discover and connect to the ship's Wi-Fi network. When you reach land again, your only job is to turn airplane mode off, and your phone will reconnect to your regular network provider. If you're traveling overseas, you can simply keep airplane mode on the whole time. If, on the other hand, you have a roaming arrangement in place with your current mobile service provider, while you're traveling overseas, you can switch airplane mode off, and your phone will connect to your provider's partner network. Just make sure that you are fully aware of what those costs are, and the best place to do that is via your current service provider. Make sure that you turn airplane mode back on when you rejoin the ship. If you've pre-purchased internet access online before your cruise, you should receive instructions in your stateroom that clearly outline how you can access that package. If you haven't pre-purchased internet, you'll be able to buy it directly from your device once you connect to the ship's Wi-Fi network or with the crew members on board. And generally, there are crew members on board specifically to assist guests with connecting to the ship's Wi-Fi and accessing the internet, and they are definitely an invaluable resource while traveling. Some phones also allow hotspotting, which is where you can share an internet connection with other devices. As far as I know, this isn't available on the iPhone, but any of you that have an Android device, you can do some research into that and see how it can work. When it comes to phones and internet on a cruise ship, one of the questions I see asked mostly is about coastal cruising. Particularly from Australia's east coast, there are many 3- and 4-day cruises with local or no destinations, and people ask if they'll be able to use their phone's mobile network as normal while they're at sea. In the majority of cases, the answer is no. Although I have had success connecting to my mobile service provider while at sea, it's a very unreliable connection. In most cases, to get any signal at all, I've had to be outside and on the side of the ship that's closest to land, and as soon as I've moved indoors, that phone signal has been lost. If you need a reliable internet connection, the ship's Wi-Fi is the best way to go. Although this isn't a comprehensive instruction manual for using your phone or the internet on a cruise ship, I hope that it's given you a general understanding of what settings you should use on your next cruise and to help you make sure that you avoid any unnecessary charges. Some mobile service providers even offer a facility called Wi-Fi calling, but I think that's the topic best left for another video. If you have any questions or tips of your own, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to book a cruise, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au, where you can search through thousands and book one yourself. If you would also like to give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram, you can do so at The Cruise and Travel Guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. For many people, remaining connected is For years though, although in recent years this has become a lot more affordable for land-based travel, this is not the most important setting to know, especially if you have mobile phone roaming switched on switching on airplane